Oh, yeah. All right. All right. All right. How do you do? As my good friend Big Fish used to say, how do you do? How be your day? Are you feeling like, or are you feeling like, the bears? I mean,
Watch me cook on this one.
how are you feeling? Like,
Watch me cook on this one.
or like, huh? Or maybe you're feeling like, mine? Oh, you know, my favorite gifts that I gave to someone, I gave to my little brother, was a back before the economy was what it is. Before Donald Trump, really started to make the economy so much worse that the news arm of the state, Fox Propaganda Media, Rupert Murdoch runs that, the Australian meddler. Before the economy was so shite and Fox was telling you, don't worry, between the ages of 3 and 18 is the only gift givers you need to concern yourself with getting gifts for. That was a real story, ran on Fox News. But before that, one of my favorite gifts that I got for someone, I gave it to my brother. Me and my daughter picked it out, and it was an ornament for a Christmas tree, and it was at the Hallmark store. So it was like top tier level money, right? Ornaments at the Hallmark store are different than ornaments at Walmart. And I'm guessing the Waltons, the Walmart heirs, Samantha or whatever their names are, the kids of the Walton family. So they didn't do any work. They were just born wealthy. They still exploit the workers, even though they were born into wealth and have no right to be like, I worked hard. No, you were just the right vagina poop. But I don't think the Walton heirs have any Walmart ornaments for their holiday decorations, whatever they decorate for. But the Hallmark level ornaments are fire, straight fire. I mean, this is like, this is an off-brand stuff. And my favorite gift I've ever given, I think, still to this day, because we talk about it, it was an ornament, a legit Disney ornament, Disney stamped on the side. Walt gave his little scribbly signature on there. And it was an ornament from Finding Nemo of the seagulls. And when you press the button, it went, mine, mine. It did the whole mine. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. This was like years ago. But it is the greatest ornament. And I gifted it to my brother because that scene always made us laugh. Happy Trans Day of Remembrance. Well, less than happy, but you get what I'm saying. You wouldn't have a Christmas tree without Yule. Is today Trans Day of Remembrance? I don't know what that is. But, good to see you, J666. What's up? But if you celebrate, happy Trans Day of Remembrance. That's cool. I have no idea what it is. And if you want to share, please do. There's so much, this is part of the thing with the regime. The regime, is that there's so much going on. It's hard to, keep it all in order. Like Christy Nome, we talked about this the other day. And by the way, I'm Rob. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please support the live stream. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. If you can donate, if you can join the Patreon, I'm trying to get that going. I'm trying to get a membership going. I really want to do something with the loyal community that we're building. What was I saying? But there's so much new, like Christy Nome is being investigated or is being called out for the funneling of money to companies she tied to. So basically enriching herself. There's clearly the Epstein stuff, which this audio I fucking found for you is just bananas. Cause I've always thought Melania's a little suspect. Some say she came here on a EB1 visa, which I say, is that a Epstein Buddy 1 visa? You know, some things just don't add up. So I like to ask questions. But the audio that I found is even more damning than the accusations that were retracted from print because, you know, people a few years back were a little more scared of this dementia, Donnie. So I'm going to play this audio for you because it is still here. Okay? Nobody said mine and took it away. Um, then there's, and then there's the thing I wanted to start off. Oh, I have the Hunter Biden audio that's going to set the MAGA snowflakes into melt mode. We'll play that. But then there's the news just from currently today happening now, where we have this old orange tyrant. You know him. Maybe it's Maybelline, maybe it's Dementia Dirty Donnie, who loves to run his mouth. This dude, you clearly know he didn't get beat up in school because the way he runs his mouth, you could tell he was like, do you know who my dad is? Because some of the stuff he's saying right now is, never mind as anti-American, but it's like, you know, you would think it would be the last reserves of a man who's composed and wanting to show strength, you know? It seems like a desperate squealing from a hog. That's what it seems like. If these MAGA PDF file protectors are going to come in here and mouth off, see you later. J666. It's not really a celebration. It's remembering those in the trans community that we've lost the violence or self-removal. Oh, understood. There's a great trans Boston figure. Oh my God. My buddy taught me. Hold on. Oh, Althea Garrison, is that it? No. Good God. I wasn't prepared for this. See, you gotta teach me, man. Who is the activist? Boston activist. Or maybe she wasn't from Boston. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe I just thought. Maybe. All right. See, this is gonna get me way off topic. But thank you, J66. So happy Trans Remembrance Day to all who are remembering somebody. I totally understand how that goes, because, you know, most of my life I've spent remembering people because this world is so cruel. And instead of trying to make it better, these assholes, these insecure assholes who have all the money, all the power, like, no, we gotta make it so nobody exists except for the people I feel safe around. Yeah, so I get it. And then I will look up, or I'll reach out to my buddy. He ran a radio show and he would always talk about her as part of the LGBTQ plus movement and her work in it. Oh, and I can't remember her name. Now it's gonna bug me. Okay. Mike Dunn. I'm not MAGA. LOL. Okay. Anti-capitalist Bellend hating it while loving all its advantages. Oh, gee, this is what I mean. God damn. If you morons are gonna understand one thing, just understand, yeah, we all have to use an iPhone because fucking Apple owns 90% of the market. There are even phones in China that you can't buy in America because of capitalism. So just shut your stupid mouth if you're going to be a stupid moron. If you're going to be this stupid, I would advise you to shut your mouth, because looking that stupid isn't a cool look. I know, like around Joe Rogan's sphere in his safe space in Austin, where they just say the R word on repeat, I'm guessing. I don't know. They all were scared dum-dum boys who thought the R word was illegal, and President Trump's gonna make that R word legal again, boys. Yeah! All those idiots might look impressed by the stupid things you say, but around here, you know, we've moved past the, oh, hates capitalism, but has a capitalist phone. Huh? fucking idiot. Just go somewhere else. Go to Ben Shapiro's thing, okay? Here we
legalize comedy.
and
Everything's computer.
so suck it, okay? We got news to get to. I should just play this 2-minute capitalism thing for that idiot. Maybe I'll educate you a little bit. Do we got 2 minutes to spare? Let me check my... Oh, look at that. That's my anti-capitalist watch. There it is. Can you tell what time it is? It's 1. Maybe I'll spend some time.
Any of the crises we face because of capitalism? Well, it's important to remember that the opposite is also true. Solving all the crises becomes easy if capitalism isn't actively blocking all of the solutions. Because we already know how to fix all of the crises we face. We know how to transition to clean, renewable energy. We know how to house everyone. We know how to optimize agriculture to feed every person on the planet. We know how to provide universal healthcare. We know how to clean up all the plastic and toxic waste. We know how to...
Just for those just showing up, Marjorie Jailer Gotcha, MGG, or whatever his moronic name is. Welcome, by the way, I'm Rob. Anti-capitalist, socialist, heavyweight in the YouTube live stream division. We're almost at 10,000 people, folks. 10,000. We built this community from just you and me. That was it. And now we're at 10,000. So feel good about that. This is a win we can all celebrate in. But if you're wondering why I'm playing that, it's because there's idiots that like to, I don't know if they're bots, if they're, paid for by Russia's favorite live streamer, Tim Pool, who he hides his head, not because he can't afford heat, because he's paid millions of billions of monopolies by Russia, David Gregorian. He's paid a lot of money to spout his rubbish. I wear a hat because it's fucking freezing. If you could feel my fingers right now, you'd see it's freezing because we can't turn the heat on because it's so fucking expensive. Even though Donald Trump said energy price went down, I called. I said, hey, man, the president said it should be much less. And they said, suck it. So here I am living in capitalism. And that guy said, oh, complains about capitalism. Whilists. He got all Bill Shakespeare on us. He said, whilsts enjoying the fruits of the labor class. No, he didn't say that. He said, while enjoying capitalism. And I say, yep, we take on that medical debt. We don't want universal health care. I love the medical debts, man. I'm just trying to enjoy all the debt I can incur before the grave. So some people are just, either moronic or have, ulterior motives. So I wanted to play. It's funny. I had this up and I said, okay, we could play a little of this, for the dummies. Because not only do I go out into the news orchards and harvest the crispest, the freshest news to deliver to use, but I also sometimes just do random shit because this is my show and I'll do what I want with it. And sometimes that means planting seeds. I plant seeds in people's brains because once you've heard this, you can't unhear it. You can't unhear that. You can't. You can try, but until, Elon Musk develops the time machine, which that's what he's going to call it, but really it's just a plant in your brain, a little chip where he just deletes part of your memory and then charges you access to it, so he paywalls it. But until that time, we don't have a time machine, so you can't unhear this.
To cultivate resources without devastating the planet. We already have all the solutions to the crises, all of them. Studies have been done for decades. The policies have already been written, but they sit gathering dust in the drawers of politicians around the world too corrupted by corporate lobbying to read or act on them. The point is the solutions already exist. We could implement them tomorrow. The only thing stopping us from solving all the crises of the world is the billionaire capitalists who spend every day choking the life out of our economy, politics, and society in their endless pursuit of wealth that will never satisfy them.
Never satisfy them. Never. They will never. Think about this. Elon Musk, that loser who just, I know exactly what's wrong with him. His dad didn't hug him. Probably ever. And then his dad married his stepsister. So, if you're Elon and you got to go to the family Christmas at your dad/stepsister mom's house, you're gonna come out a little messed up. But that guy has like $1 trillion, you know? Doesn't work a day in his life. In fact, he brags about it so much in front of your eyes that when he was a special government employee, he posted videos of putting video games in his office. Which, you know, if you go to work every day, you know only the hardest workers have a video game set up in their office. Only the hardest workers. So, you know, I think we're done with the anti-capitalism talk for right now. But in theory, all of the news relates to being anti-capitalist. Oh, you wonder why those premiums on your health insurance are going up. I can't figure it out. Could it be the for-profit healthcare system? Try buying a steak lately and it's $70,000 and you got to take out a pay fucking by the month for your ham bone? Capitalism. So, I mean, there's an underlying theme. Whoo! But, you know, there's some morons in there that it's like, nah, man, it's the southern border. Once we close that border, Jeff Bezos is going to let his employees not poop in a bottle. If we could just close the border so Jeff will pay his employees and stop spending that excess money he exploited from the workers who created all the wealth on going to moons? Which moon did he try to go to? Why did he come back? Why don't we have the answers? All right, guys, so let's get no more funny business. We're a few minutes into the live stream. No more funny business. Charlie Kelly is here. He's at work catching rats. Love from Philly. I love Philly. And I love you, Charlie Kelly. Thank you for the... shit. What the hell? Something just happened, Charlie. Said message deleted. I didn't do that. The capitalists. I've been compromised. Fuck. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Charlie Kelly. I did not mean to delete that. I touched it. My phone's just been pooping its diapers like the president. So my apologies, but thank you so much. And I'll tell you one person who works really hard. Charlie Kelly does. He has to catch all those rats in the basement and then, you know, ingest some paint or whatever he does. If you've never seen my friend on It's Always Sunny, one of the best shows. By the way, Charlie, do you know how Always Sunny came about? Before they had Danny DeVito, how it was they shot the pilot and put it on YouTube, and you can actually like look it up. I don't know if it's still there, and it's a really inspiring thing. Listen, if you're a young creative, if you're a young artist out there, go look in the story of It's Always Funny. What's his name? Rob. He just changed his name. Rob Mack. Used to be, I think it was Rob McDonald, and he changed his last name to Rob Mack. That's official. I thought that was kind of dumb. But go look into like the creation of It's Always Sunny, and how they literally just did like this little scripted thing in one of their apartments, posted on YouTube, and that was the beginnings of it. So I always love to share that story because it's such a cool thing, and it's so cool to see such a little tiny seed blossom into the amazing show that it was. Let's see. He takes your money and donations like a capitalist, but hates capitalism. Yep, we all gotta survive. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that... This guy goes to work and takes money from Jeff Bezos and all his friends. But he hates capitalism, huh? See, guys, I got him. You go to work to eat food. Gotcha. Oh, you get healthcare from a for-profit system and you don't just die? Ooh, gotcha. Ooh, I got him so bad, guys. I fucking got him. Do you see how stupid you are? Do you understand how stupid are your parents raised you wrong? Okay? One Vision, what's up? This vet says Trump is a traitor. Hot damn, thanks for the $10. Just like a capitalist. Look at me. Woo-hoo. Woo! Chugga, 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 chugga. Capitalism sucks. Fuck you. We have enough food for everybody. We have more than enough homes for everybody. All the capitalists. Here's my... I'm not doing anything besides showing you my anti-capitalist watch. See them on my wrist right there? Those are my anti-capitalism watches. Non-existent. Suck it. Yeah, I've bought into the system. You've caught me. By the way, good to see you, Seha. And because you are a vet, I want to play this. And I would like to, One Vision. I'm calling you by your old name. I'm sorry. One Vision. Charlie Kelly, One Vision. Thank you guys. You guys make this show happen. The show is tough to do. I've been doing it for a year and a half. I'm Rob. I go out to the news orchards. I load up my saddlebags, throw it on my donkey, and hee-ha! I come right back here and deliver you the crispest, freshest, shiniest news there is. And Seha, I would like your opinion on this. I thought when I saw this video, I'm going to play a video for you, that Donald Trump is now calling for the execution of sitting senators and congresspeople. The president is calling for that through retweets like a puss. Like a puss. He couldn't even come out and say it like a man. You know, if you're going to say something like that, don't just retweet it, you puss. But Seha, I'm not sure. I mean, One Vision. My apologies. I'm not sure if you've seen this video. This is the video by the senators and former veterans who are now in public service that they made referencing, again, they don't say Donald Trump. They don't say Dirty Don, Epstein's best friend. They don't say that. Listen to the video. They just say you can refuse an illegal order, which by law you should. If it's illegal, just because you're in a position, here's the thing. Here, let me set a baseline. Here in America, just because you have a shield that says you're part of some kind of fucking organization, it doesn't allow you to break the law. That's like the concept. That's the philosophy behind America. That just because you're the president and you're the highest paid public servant, you're in service to the public, doesn't mean you get to break the law. It just doesn't. You know, if we wanted that, we'd go back pre-Magna Carta to the fucking kingdom days. You know, we'd be all Westeroses dancing around with the dragons in a song of fire and ice. But we said, no, we're gonna move beyond that. So Seha, I'd like your opinion on this video. I mean, sorry, One Vision. Goddamn, stop it. Because I thought this video was great. You know, there's a lot of young kids in the military, and maybe they don't understand, or maybe the peer pressure to go along with something, even though they know it's wrong, it is illegal. I thought this was great to have veterans and veteran Congress people, veteran senators, veteran whatever they are, you know, show their solidarity by saying, hey, we're here. We understand it's tough. I thought this was a great video. And it also, before I play this, it's also very telling. Because if these veterans are saying, hey, you can refuse an illegal order, I want you to think about who would be against that. Maybe if you're commanding people do illegal things. I can't think of anybody else. Who else would be against refusing an illegal order? I thought, well, immediately, that's a good message for everyone. Only people who would hate that message is people insisting on barking out illegal orders, right? It's the only other side to that is like, no, we want you to do illegal stuff. That's the only other side. So I'm going to play the video, and then I'm going to show you what the president retweeted like a puss.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly. Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy. Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk. This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals.
against American citizens. Like us. You all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, The threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
There we go. One of them said you must. Everybody else is like, you can if you want to. And then that one guy was like, you must. It's illegal. It's illegal. If it's illegal, they're telling you to do illegal stuff, you should.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Or our Constitution.
We know.
Oh, and the other thing about this message. We already had these mass tribunals at The Hague where they tried the defense of I was just following orders, and it turns out, you know, the world didn't accept it. So just a little other historical background.
Oh, this is hard, and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
Ooh, public servant. I always remind people, the president, public servant. Congress people, senators, public servants. Police, allegedly, public servants. All these people that are paid for by our taxes, they're going into public service. Remember that.
Whether you're serving in the CIA,
The Army,
Our Navy,
The Air Force.
your vigilance is critical,
and know that we have your back.
because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Damn. Now I thought, listen, they're not saying Donald Trump. They didn't say nothing. They might have mentioned there's a regime in charge, but they didn't call out Donald. And old hissy fit himself, you know, Mr. Safe Space. It's funny, these these little girls in the chat. And no respect to little girls. But there are some bitch-made people in this chat. I just gotta block them. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. One of the greatest phrases from that franchise. Winter is coming. Who else would it be? Oh, blah, blah, blug. Trump likes the little girls. Yeah, that's true. Strongest military in the world. That's right. It's socialist. This military is a socialist creation. Think about that. Of course, well, yeah, of course they were talking about him. Do you think that calls for this kind of reaction? And Donald Trump retweeting it like a bitch-made Nepo baby he is. Remember, he's a coastal elite Nepo baby. He's only rich because of whose wee-wee he pooped out of, you know? That's it. That's it. Luck of the draw. This dude ain't done nothing. Ain't accomplished anything in his life besides, you know, a fake tan. Ooh, I've really upset the MAGA today. I've really upset the MAGA bots. Uh-oh. Chief's here. Good to see you, Chief. Chief, feel free to permanently ban those ones. Feel free to just send him a permanent ban. But just so you know, I played that video that was for veteran or from veterans serving in Congress and Senate, and I think that was it. From the veterans that are in public service right now, for the veterans or for the active duty members of all branches, and I think they even mentioned the CIA. And I just thought that was a good message, because nobody in their right mind would be like, shut up, you should always go through with any order that is given to you, right? That seems crazy. That seems anti-American. If you know anything about America, America wasn't about, hey, we want one leader and one leader only, one leader to save us all from high egg price. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't about the one guy, even though he thinks it's always about the one guy. Ironically, he doesn't think it's about him when it comes to Epstein. You notice that? When it comes to Epstein, he's quick to roll over, show his yeller tummy, and say, oh, I heard it was Bill Clinton, Larry Sanders, Larry Summers, Larry's, all the Larrys. He's quick to point his finger and his little chode in your face and say, quiet, quiet, piggy. Quiet, quiet, piggy. That's presidential language now. If you're wondering why Steve Bannon, now remember, I just played that for you, right? I played the vets speaking to active duty members saying it's your duty to not follow through with illegal orders. If it's illegal, you swore an oath to the Constitution, not to an orange, maybe it's Maybelline, maybe it's the president. You know, gender-affirming care for a guy who really harps on the gender-affirming stuff. You know, a guy who said, I'll get the men out of the women's bathrooms, but in the meantime, let me tell you about this great time that I was in the women's locker room. Donald Trump really is like the most moronic dude ever. Oh my God, hold on. Where is it? 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 Did I pass by it? Did I pass by it? Oh, no. No. Here we go. I'm the guy who's gonna get all of the men out of those women's locker rooms. Have I ever told you the story about the time that I owned a pageant and I was in the locker rooms? There's a real story. We played it the other day. He said it himself. And some people were like, you know that guy that was creeping out all the chicks in the pageants because he was going to the locker rooms and saying no one could tell him no because he owned it, because he bought the pageant so he could be a creep? You know that guy? He's going to be my hero to get them guys out of the women's locker rooms. He's already in there. Some people are just so fucking stupid. But that guy, you know that guy. And I will drink your fascist tears. So you could say beta all day, bitch boy. But I ain't scared of you. And I also don't subscribe to the skibbity risma beta alpha universe. So you're barking at the wrong dude. Go to your fucking Andrew Tate University shit. But if you're wondering why that video triggered the president, right? He could have quietly enjoyed his morning makeup routine, whatever he does. I still think the president should do a makeup routine. You know, he should get on TikTok and be like, you guys are wondering how I get this amazing apricot rouge fake tan look. And here I am, President of the United States of America. I'm here to have you follow along with me, and you will get these raccoon eyes. This great tan that when my hair blows back, you will see the line permanently. He should do a makeup routine on TikTok. I really think he should. Or just someone with AI should do it. Anyways, if you're wondering why that video triggered the president so bad that he had to retweet, like a puss, this was his reaction to that video that I just played for you. Remember, that video is just veterans saying, refuse illegal orders. You must. You know, just because you're in the military, don't give you the right to break the law. Pretty good message for, I don't know, humanity. And then the president got triggered, you know, got triggered like he usually does. Can't keep his mouth shut. Can't exude confidence like a normal human. And if you're wondering why a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I played the audio for you of Steve Bannon saying we're all going to go to prison, maybe you can start connecting the dots. We have senators saying refuse illegal orders. We have presidents saying this, don't you dare refuse my illegal orders. I will silence anybody who tells you to refuse those illegal orders. And then if you just think back to a couple of weeks ago when Steve Bannon, Donald Trump's very racist friend, said this.
As God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
Oh, nobody was clapping. After he said that, I would have stood. That's a standing ovation moment for me. I don't know. Steve Bannon says that in the room. How are you not standing and applaud? Yeah! Bannon for prison 2026. Woohoo! Give me a t-shirt. I'll buy it now. I want to do the Bannon fucking for prison tour shirt. Yeah. So if you missed that.
As God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
I would have fucking cheered at that. I would have cheered like goddamn Harry Styles came on stage. But is now some of this, are you connecting some of the dots? You know, sensitive Nepo baby freaks out online on his website. Says, this is really bad and dangerous, guys. People are starting to say you got to refuse illegal orders. This is getting dangerous for who, Dirty Donnie? For you? Their words cannot be allowed to stand. Aww. Did somebody get triggered by words? Do they need a safe space? Hold on, let me get my mug. Let me get my mug. Let me get my mug. Oh, did Donnie, Dirty Donnie, Epstein's best friend, did somebody's words trigger you? Do you need a safe space? Does somebody need to take away your internet, Dirty Donnie? Let me get my mug out. Oh, poor president. The poor president. Did you hear what he said on his website that he owns? He said, their words cannot be allowed to stand. It's dangerous, dangerous words, guys. Oh, no. Donnie, why don't you send your thought police after them? For the thought crimes of grammatical videos. Using words. Oh, no, Donnie. It's funny that Donnie will say their words cannot be allowed to stand, but then he will retweet this. Like, oh, these words are okay? These are okay? So these words are okay right here. But them saying you should refuse illegal orders are the words that upset you, Donald, Dirty Donnie, in the Epstein files. Do you guys find it funny? I'm gonna play some Melania rumored Epstein file stuff from a Cambridge University video. Yeah, that's what I want to say to Melania too. Quiet, piggy. When she said, "Be best, everybody be best." Shut up in your Epstein buddy visa. But it's just amazing how sensitive he is. By the way, Hampton Institute retweeted this. I wanted to show it to you. Everybody in power is stealing as much as they can before the collapse. The collapse is coming. Republican Party, small government, federalism in action. Trump administration is drafting an executive order instructing the Justice Department to sue states that pass laws regulating AI. There's your small government libertarians. Let's see what else we got for some news. Oh, yeah. David Sirota reporting that Listeria food labeling rules weakened in the shutdown deal. Obviously, that's Make America Healthy again. They're saying, we don't give a shit about food poisoning. Make America healthy. Through what? Diarrhea? Elon Musk at the White House for private dinner with the Saudi prince. Oh, man. Also in attendance, David Ellis at a Paramount. It's a big club and you ain't in it. So all you MAGA little maggots, M-A-G-A-T-S, when you start praising your king, Trump, just know that while they're at dinner, they're not thinking about you. In fact, they're paying for this dinner with your tax money. They don't give a shit. Oh, yeah. By the way, you see Dan Vagina, he said, no, sorry, public corruption will not be tolerated. So I replied, only private corruption, guys. Only big corporations are allowed to be corrupt. This also on the heels of the Epstein emails and the powerful people who sought his counsel. Did you guys see this in the Miami Herald? Link this article down below. Epstein had dinners with a top Florida prosecutor on his case. Nothing to see here, folks. I'm sure Luigi Mangione is meeting with the top prosecutors in New York, right? He's probably having supper with them, right? Totally normal stuff, right? My God. Folks, I know some of you might think you're MAGA strong. You have, hold on, let me show you. This is one of the funniest things. And then we're going to get to this. We're going to get to the Melania audio because this is bananas. Bananas. I want to show you this because this is the hysterical part of MAGA. You see this bumper sticker right here? And you see this one up here that says you missed. Do you see the iron? Can you put the irony together in that? I know MAGA, it's hard to see from this position, but I'm asking you if you can. Because Donald Trump is all over them files. All over them. And the thing is I know he signed it. And now we have 30 days to wait. But if he really didn't care, like he said, remember his little chodes went on a tirade? I'll sign the files. It's a Democratic hoax. It's not real, but we should investigate the Democrats who were in it because it's a hoax. All the stuff he's really making sense over like an innocent person would. Like a calm, cool, collected, not frazzled Democratic hoax. It's the Bill Clinton, Larry Summers. But it's a hoax. But we should investigate the hoax. All that really sensical stuff. It makes the most sense, especially if you're in this position. This is a statue erected for MAGA. Okay, just want you guys to know. So if you see some MAGA typing, just know that his little chode hands are holding a phone in there. He's rapidly typing, MAGA! But if Donnie really wanted to release the files, he didn't need the House to approve it, the Senate to approve it, him to sign. He could just go, here you go. Here you go. You ever wonder why he's not? I know it's hard to wonder from this position, MAGA, but you ever wonder? I know, here's your take on stuff. Read it, because we're about to get to Melania. Some hot goss. Which I've heard multiple times. This has been reported on before in different ways. But now there's, new audio being rehashed, old audio being rehashed. So let's play it. This is from Prince Andrew's biographer. He dropped a bombshell claim in a leaked video that Melania Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were lovers. Ooh. Real Housewives of Pennsylvania Avenue. Could you imagine that? I mean, it's not like Melania really likes Donald. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I know they were love tweeting the other day once the email about Donnie blowing Bubba came out. Immediately, the White House was like, look at the couple so in love. Look at them. Married man could never be blowing Bubba. Married man. Look at how she runs away when he goes to hold her hand. Look at how she moves her face when he goes to kiss her. Look at how in love they are. Very nothing to see here, right? Just totally normal posts that the White House has totally been doing since before that email leaked. But here is Prince Andrew's biographer. Hold on. And we got some more audio. There he is. How did we get him in here? He must be a small little person if he can fit. Because look at how big I am, right? MAGA tears filling up the rivers. Well, there's enough to go around, so get your own glass. Maybe I should start actually making that as merch. Fascist tears. Maybe I should. Patent pending. By the way, if you're... somebody said I voted for Hillary. You wish. Listen, let me explain this. I'm Rob. I host the live stream every single weekday, sometimes on weekends. Hit subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000. If you want a super chat like One Vision and Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny, then you can. You can support the channel. You support this becoming my full-time job. I'll be like, if Polio Rogan wasn't compromised. But this is like the alt-left pipeline, I would hope. And it's funny because I have to remind some of these commenters that sometimes your accusations are pretty big admissions. I know you think America is red and blue and that's all it can be. So you either love Donald Trump or you love Hillary Clinton. And that's like your brain capacity. You know, you think it can only be one or the other. And you couldn't imagine some people saying, fuck all this shit is a swamp and they're all friends. You don't believe me? Hold on. We're going to get back to this. Here, let me show it to you. You adorable little moron. He's so stupid. Look at how stupid he is. Look at him. Look. They were friends before you were a twinkle in your mother's mouth. All right? Look at these two. Good old friends. It's a big club and you ain't in it. I don't know how many times I got to remind you of that, but stop acting like, oh, who'd you vote for? Hillary? Right. Right. I'm going to vote for that fucking monster. Give me a break. Oh, God. America. We've got a lot of work to do. That should be on the license plates. You know, we should all get different license plates. Say America, and then the state you're from, and at the bottom it said, we got a lot of work to do. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's get back to the George Carlin. There you go. Let's get back to the audio I'm about to play for you because, again, this is stuff that makes the regime hypersensitive. They are so upset that there's people like Prince Andrew's biographer. I wish they put his name in here. Why did you put his name in here? I'm not going to look it up because I don't give a shit. Spend your life biographering. Actually, he's not even a prince anymore. Wrong. He's the royal formerly known as Prince Andrew. So here, listen to this. Listen closely. Shh, shh, shh. Down in the back. Shh, shh.
We are with him in Mar-a-Lago, as you see with Epstein. Sorry, can you see it? And
he's talking about this photo. There is the royal, formerly known as Prince Andrew. That is EB1 visa recipient, which I believe is Epstein Buddy 1. Isn't that what that means? EB1 visa? Epstein Buddy 1, clearly, because you see Epstein right here. So that's the photo. The royal, formerly known as Prince Andrew biographer is talking about.
Okay. Epstein, a woman called Gwendolyn Beck, who Andrew took to the island, and Melania. I had various references in my book to Melania Trump. Epstein had actually been her lover before Trump, but Trump didn't like that in the book, so he ordered it to be taken out of the book.
Did you hear that? This guy says Trump didn't like that in the book. Dirty Donald, Epstein's very close friend for 15 years. He loved Epstein so much he wrote him a poem and drew him a doodle. But Donald didn't like it so much because, you know, these big Republican strongmen are not scared of words. He demanded the words be taken out of the book. Okay, everybody hear that? What words you said? What? What words? Hold on, I'll play it again.
Book to Melania Trump. Epstein had actually been her lover before Trump, but Trump didn't like that in the book, so he ordered it to be taken out of the book. After about 60,000 copies had been printed, so it seemed to be a pretty pointless gesture, but anyway, my publishers did it, but I keep spreading the word.
That guy at the end says, but I keep spreading the word. God bless that dude. He's like, you altered my book. You altered my book. All right, I'll just do a fucking circuit lecture, go to all the universities and tell everybody in person. The gold digger visa. Who said that? Thorn. The gold digger visa. Oh my God. These people are funny. That's an oxymoron, Republican strongman. Very true. By the way, hello. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome to my live stream. I love that I upset MAGA. They're so fragile. And like a normal person, like, I just want you to give you a theory, okay? I'm going to do a Ben Shapiro this is my Ben Shapiro segment. Let's say, because he always does that. He always comes up with a hypothetical. Okay, so here's my best Ben Shapiro. Let's say that this was Joe Biden they were talking about, and Joe Biden's mistress turned wife had come here on an Epstein 1 visa, and let's say that he was suggesting that Joe Biden's wife was first lovers with Epstein, you think I would give a fuck? Oh man, I would totally not feel offended or upset or triggered by them talking about politicians' love life. Holy crap, some of you cultists. Who said it? Cultists. Cherry Noel Key. If I pronounce that wrong, my apologies. But yeah. New Nuremberg coming. Stay tuned. Yo, the new tribunals. Oof. I hope we live stream it. I'll live stream it. Great-grandfather Holocaust survivor. Yup. Solidarity with him, man. Is he still alive? That's incredible. Yeah. Epstein files release reveals no names, population pissed off. New headlines. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. So I was talking about that earlier, that, you know, if Trump really wanted the files out like he claims, he could have just released them at any fucking time. That was like the whole point of him putting Cash App Patel and Dan Vagina in the FBI. Like, those guys were just podcasters that did clickbait on Epstein files stuff. That's it. That's their background. They're not like, you know, good people or anything. And they could have released it. Like, they literally, just so you know, they don't have to go through this process of House, Senate. Trump has to sign it, even though he did. And then he has 30 days. Like, this is all for show. The White House could have just released them. It's so crazy. Oh, what are they hiding? What are they hiding? Guys, I get a feeling this goes all the way to the top. All right, so I really want to play that audio for you because it's, you know, it's trending everywhere, guys. Everybody's talking about this. Whoo, doggy. Everyone is sharing this video.
So here we are with him in Mar-a-Lago, as you see with Epstein. Sorry, can you see okay? Epstein, a woman called Gwendolyn Beck, who Andrew took to the island, and Melania. I had various references in my book to Melania Trump. Epstein had actually been her lover before Trump, but Trump didn't like that in the book, so he ordered it to be taken out of the book. After about 60,000 copies had been printed, so it seemed to be a pretty pointless gesture, but anyway, my publishers did it, but I keep spreading the word.
I really love that at the end of this little lecture video, this guy goes, like, I don't know, I think it's hard to tell because the British have a very dry sense of humor, but I think he's genuinely pissed that they recalled 60,000 copies of his book because Donald Trump was mad that he said, you know, from all the reporting I did, Melania was Epstein's girl. Oh, I was Epstein's girl. You know that song. You know that song. And I feel like the vibes coming off this dude are like, he's like, yeah, my publishers edited my book and retracted 60,000 of them, but I'm still here on tour telling everybody word of mouth, you know? Like, listen to this thing.
Yeah, but anyway, my publishers did it, but I keep spreading the word.
I know that's he's like very calm, cool, collected, everything Donald Trump isn't. And he's very like, you know, his temperament is very, you know, ASMR video to go to sleep to. But something in my heart of hearts tells me that that dude was like, you know, whenever this book came out, he was like, you motherfuckers pulled 60,000. I will do a tour of every goddamn college, community college, online university. Like, this guy was like, I'm booking everything and I will spread this information word of mouth. Oh my God. No, weeping angel. God bless you and yours. And if you don't believe in God, may the higher spirit or the fucking winds of the east be blessing you with that kind of information. I hope you hit subscribe and the notification bell because I did not. Hold on. I need to read that again. Did you see the old advertisement she was on for a super old international mail order bride website? Oh, no, I didn't. This is the kind of information that will stop a live stream. Everybody's saying it. Millennia. Hold on. Advertisement. Come on. There's no support. This is AI. Just so you know how much I value AI. I was trying to get AI to do some stuff like a Banksy work of art. And I thought, oh, because I'm referencing Banksy, AI won't do it. So then I said, all right, fuck it. Just give me the quote from Jesus where he said, you shall unselfishly love your neighbor. Mark 22:39. And AI said, that violates our content policy. And I went, fuck you, AI, fuck you and Peter Thiel. Now, I keep reading about the Daily Mail retracted story, but again, that was from 2016 when Donald Trump was first up and coming, and just so you know, Donald Trump just threatens to sue everyone. Now Michael Wolff is actually suing them. We've talked about it here on the channel. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Because these rich people just do lawsuits to silence people. So Michael Wolff is actually now trying to sue them because he's like, all right, let's go to deposition. Let's go and tell the truth under penalty of perjury. You know? But I'll dig deeper because, again, I don't really trust Google or AI. I use Google when I'm doing this, but not the other times. I try to, seek out the grassroots search engines. But I really want to play that audio for you because it's everywhere, man. Tell your friends, because that is, everybody's talking about it. They're saying, quiet piggy, listen to this audio. Now, Rep. Jasmine Crockett just dropped receipts. I like when the kids say that. ProPublica reports Kristi Noem secretly funneled hundreds of millions in DHS funds, Department of Homeland Security funds, to a consulting firm tied to her own campaign. We talked about that this week. I had the tweets. I don't want to find the tweets right now, but we talked about that. Kristi Noem, you know her as that scary looking bitch. That's how you know her. Where is, hold on. That's not it. Oh, we're going to talk about this. Hold on. This is what I was trying to get AI to do. Something like this, because I think all graffiti should be Bible quotes. And AI said it wasn't the Banksy that violated the terms of policy. It was saying, love your neighbor did. I thought robots will never understand. They're like MAGA. They'll never get it. You can hope and pray. You can try to help them. You can walk them horses to water, but you can't force them to drink. God bless them, though. God bless each and every one of them. May they wake up. Oh, somebody shout out Bubba in the comments. Giving this channel a thumbs up. Thank you, Tamara Chance. I know you have a chance to give thumbs ups, and I appreciate it when you do it. It helps the channel. Just so you know, Tamara, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Maybe it's Timira. I don't know how you pronounce the E in that, but I hope I didn't butcher it. But I'm Rob. I host the live stream every single weekday. I am here. Before I'm here, I'm out in the news orchards, deep in the valleys of Hidden Valley news orchards. I'm out looking for the ripest and most viral fruits there are of the news. And I pick them with my little hands. I pluck them news fruits. And me and my old trusty donkey, we're just out in the news orchards, picking the news, putting it in the saddlebags, and then we yeehaw it right back here to you to go live and bring you all the news we've collected in the orchards, so you can news your way through the day. It really helps when you hit that little thumbs up, when you super chat, when you hit subscribe. We're on the way to 10,000 people. I can't believe that. I can't believe I'm saying 10,000. This community is 10,000 strong. And I say that because I remember when I was doing these lives and I was covering the news. I was going out into the valleys and the jungles, the news jungles, sometimes the news deserts, and I was looking for stuff. you know? I was like Scarlett Johansson in that new Jurassic World. I was like, I'm the best they got. Send me out there. I'll hunt those Mosasaurus newsers. And I would bring it back, and there would just be a few people in here. By the way, good to see you, Crush Dice. You know, there'd be a few choice, select news recipients. So I've been doing this for a long, long time. And it feels good to say we're almost at 10,000 strong. I think the country is also ripe for, you know, for this kind of content. The people who say, you're going to drain the swamp by doing what? You're doing what by draining the swamp? They go, wait, you're having the richest man at the world and the guy who just bought all the TV at a dinner to worship the Saudi crown prince. That's draining the swamp? This is interesting. Who was in the swamp before? You know? Wait, you're telling me you're having a dinner with all of Epstein's friends? Everybody that's in the files? And that's draining the swamp? Okay. I won't ask any more questions. I understand the words are dangerous to you. So I think, you know, it's just unfortunate that we're in this economic turbulence and, you know, the collapse of capitalism where my channel's finally getting some good communities. We also have a Discord. You can join it down below. Please do. All right, let's keep moving on to the Sashita 199. Thank you for the super chat. And I love the little, if you guys see the Clippy avatar, that's the movement I know is the Lewis, that guy who does like the right to fix your own shit videos, Louis Rossman or something. My apology. I've only seen a couple of his videos. But I'm all for, you know, like not having, it's just like car dealerships. Car dealerships lobby to pass laws where, you know, they put the small oil change guys out of business and you have to do everything at the dealership. And I believe that Clippy is a protest to say, I stand in solidarity with the right to fix your shit. Apple allow us to fix our stuff with Apple brand things. This is the problem with capitalism. I know in the beginning people were like, oh, how convenient, just happen to live in a capitalist society but don't like it. Oh, I see you're not dying and trying to get the medical care that's overpriced. Suspect. You know, those morons. But I like that Clippy protest, change your avatar, support the right to whatever it is, like the right to fix your own shit. That's what I call it. So thank you so much, Shashita. If prompting with Grok, prompting with Mecha Hitler. that is true. I won't ever do Grok. I was doing the chat GPTs. I won't use Grok. I refuse. There's some shit I just totally refuse. Money implies poverty. To what? Says Shita. Follow up, please. And you don't have to super chat for a follow up. I'll read it. I'm going through the comments now. Right to repair. That's it. Thank you, House Party 13. I got to say, House Party 13 was the best, you know? House Party 1, House Party 2, those were good movies, you know? Kid and Play, class act, fucking great movie. House Party 13 was where they were really in the swing of things. I love the name. Make America Argentina again. Well, if you don't know, you've triggered the foreign gaze. What are you talking? Speaking of that, if you guys don't know, MAGA, after we learned about Bubba and Donald Trump's relationship to Bubba, MAGA actually stands for Make America Gay Again, which I'm all for. Support the gay community, support the trans community. I support all my brothers and sisters to have the freedom that everybody else has. In the land of the free, you should be free to be who the fuck you want or marry who you want. You know, that's just my crazy definition of freedom. So with that being said, we didn't know that, you know, Bubba and Trump, MAGA, the whole time. They got MAGA hats, MAGA shirts. They didn't know. His little cult didn't know. He's, you know, as gay as the summer day is long. They didn't know. We could kind of tell, you know. He has a beard for a wife. She always, every time he goes to kiss her, she's like, don't. Your breath smell like the Big Mac. You know, he's wearing makeup. Think about it. Think about it, MAGA. The guy you worship's wearing makeup every day. He's waking up. He should be doing makeup tutorials. That motherfucker looks so rouge. And MAGA means Make America Gay Again. And I love it. I'm here for it. Let's do a rainbow hat. I would wear a Make America Gay Again rainbow hat. 100% would. You know, I stand in solidarity. So in case you didn't know, we discovered that last week here on the live stream. That's why this is vital for you to be joining me. And the way you do that is you hit subscribe and then you hit the notification bell. You'll get notified when I go live. You can join the Discord. And I brought you that information. That I coined that here first. I was the first one. I love Chris Valenti. I love Hassan Parker. I love RM Brown. I love Some More News. I love Socialism for All, Intensify Class Struggle. I love all these channels. The Majority Report. The other guys. Some More News. What else did I say? I love all these leftist channels or teetering left. But none of them were saying MAGA stood for Make America Gay Again. I did that. And you're welcome, everybody. You're welcome. I was proud of it. I thought of it. It came to me like a lightning bolt. Like a little Thor threw a mini Mjolnir right at my head. And I went, oh, Bubba and Trump. Make America Gay Again. That's what he's been doing the whole time. That's why I've been convinced he should be doing makeup tutorials. That's why he's so scared and he's like, gender affirming? No, this is real hair. You know? That's why Pete Hegseth is getting the Botox and no beardos. He wants his man shorn. Girl. So it's crucial that you hit subscribe. We're on our way to 10,000. Don't come late to the party, folks, okay? You're going to be going, what does MAGA stand for again? And everybody's going to go, you know, Make America Gay Again. Their ladies doing the makeup tutorials. All right, guys, we got some more news to get to. Stop distracting me. But thank you, Sashetta, for the super chats. Charlie Kelly, get back to cleaning them rats. And One Vision, much love. Because this, you know, in these turbulent times, folks, where everybody just wants egg for Christmas, it's tough out here. It's tough. This is Jasmine Crockett talking about the campaign. Hold on. I should just pull up the thing. Early set dementia. Yo, he's in late stage dementia, if there's such a thing. Donald Trump is, I've called it ADH dementia. Grinder Mike. Hold on. I'm going to pull up. I think I still have the tweets. Sorry. Is that it? Is that it? No, that's not. That's not Kristi Noem. That's Donald Trump and a guy nicknamed Bubba. Any relation? Go Jasmine, go. I love Jasmine Crockett. Absolutely love her. Hold on. I know I have. Oh, here we go. Here's some of the tweets. We were talking about how she is doing all these ads, all these state-run propaganda, and they're talking about, this is the report that I talked about with you the other day, where they're saying, oh, she's funneling this money to companies she's tied to, enriching herself. And here is Jasmine Crockett bringing the receipts. Thank you, Jasmine. Take it away.
Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. Not only has Secretary Noem been busy filming propaganda ads, she's also been busy cashing in on millions of taxpayer dollars. In fact, Secretary Noem has funneled millions of dollars to a company called the Strategy Group. The Strategy Group helped Secretary Noem win her campaign to become the governor of South Dakota. Corey Lewandowski, her top policy advisor, has worked with the firm. And the company's CEO is married to Secretary Noem's chief spokesperson, Mrs. Tricia McLaughlin. This is what corruption looks like. They're stealing money from the American people's pockets and depositing it into their bank accounts.
There are not very fine people on both sides, okay? There are not. There are not. And the way you know that is not only is Kristi Noem stealing your taxpayer money. Hold on, we'll get to this. The jobs report for October, canceled. Canceled. They said it was because of the shutdown. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the state of the economy right now. Nothing to do with that. Just the shutdown. That's all. Nothing to do with the state of the economy. Everything's fine. Please look over there. But did you guys see this report? Link down below. Or, oh shit, no, I linked this one yesterday. Sorry. Was it yesterday? But I didn't get to talk about it. I did not get to cover this yesterday, so I wanted to bring this up to you. ICE employee among ICE, you know, the brown shirts, the Gestapo regime's private police force, who we talked about kidnapping Americans, and detaining Americans and deporting even veterans, Purple Heart recipients. We've talked about this. We've talked about this, and we're going to talk about it a little more. But some of these dirtbags were one of them was among 16 men arrested in Bloomington trafficking sting, police say. Quote, when he was arrested, he said, "I'm ICE, boys," Hodges said during a press conference Tuesday. And they said, quote, well, unfortunately for him, we locked him up. They're not bringing their best, folks. They're not. They're just not bringing their best when they're, you know, paying ICE through a government shutdown more than teachers. Fucking Christ. And then, did you guys see this story today? Hold on. Where is it? And then, pro-Trump husband panics as his British wife is forced toward deportation despite 40 years of legal residency. I keep reporting on this because it keeps happening. ICE isn't, you know, going after criminals. They're not helping our country. And they're, some say, violating human rights. But this story, which I did link down below, was interesting because, again, another moron had a FAFO, and this guy who supported Trump now has his wife who is coming back from a funeral. Hold on, I'm trying to point right here. She was coming back from a funeral she attended in Ireland and was put in custody. That's it. They didn't catch her robbing a bank. She wasn't doing the great heist. She wasn't funneling DHS funds to companies that she had close ties to. She was doing none of that. She was coming back from a funeral in Ireland when she was put into custody in Chicago. Trump Diddy 2025. Thank you for the $2 super chat. But if you mean Trump Diddy 2025 for prison, then I'm for it. By the way, what's up, Chief? What's up? I think I seen Crush Dice was here earlier. What's up to the mods? Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Unemployment is up to 4.2%, so that's good. Travis, that's not what I was reading. I was reading it's up at least 4.4. But with, you know, this government that prides itself on lying, you know, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. It's hard to even know what the fuck is going on. You know, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats guy. Can't be really taken as a beacon of truth. Hold on. Somebody's saying the lady getting deported wrote a bad check a while ago. And then he says, tell the whole story. Ah, yes. That is the crime we're going after. That's it. Cleaning up the streets of a housewife writing a bad check. Thank God. Thank God. Hold on. Is that what you fucking voted for? You are such a fucking petty moron. You're serious, right? So hold on. Let me get this straight. While Kristi Noem is funneling millions of taxpayer dollars, she didn't write a bad check that we know of. She did shoot her puppy in the face. That's okay. But the lady that was coming back from a funeral wrote a bad check once. That's what ICE is for? Is that what ICE is for? You people. You people. Of course I'm trying to build sympathy for her. She's been living in America for 40 years. Allegedly wrote a bad check once and got deported. Is that what ICE does? Are you trying to gather sympathy for a regime that's deporting people for once writing a bad check? Or like the guy we talked about, the Purple Heart recipient who was released from prison for good behavior? That was his crime? You know, besides being a different skin color. What are you trying to gather sympathy for? A regime... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot who you're gathering sympathy for. I totally forgot. You get right into this position, and then you say, leave him alone. This is what you do. Remember the, what was her name? Or his name? The leave Britney alone. Remember, leave Britney alone. That's what you guys sound like in the comments. You're like, you leave my beautiful makeup-wearing, Bubba-loving man alone. You leave him alone. Poor guy's trying to find criminals to deport. Stephen Miller can't meet his quota. He can't. Or are you trying to gather sympathy for the criminals that are in ICE? Remember, I'm ICE, boys, thinking that was your get-out-of-jail-free card when they were busted among 15 other men who were in that trafficking sting. I'm starting to put this all together, and it seems like these trafficking rings are the one thread that binds MAGA. Creeps. Absolute creeps. But, you know, Donald Trump did say...
Smart people don't like me.
Smart people don't like him. Only leave stupid people. Oh, hold on. So the Labor Department has canceled the jobs report. I already went over that. Where's my jobs report thing? Because I wanted to get into that because they've canceled. Hold on, before I show you that, don't look. Stop. Where did my jobs report thing go? Where is my jobs report? I just had it. Here it is. Labor Department has confirmed the cancellation of October jobs report. Now they're saying, of course, due to the shutdown. Guys, we couldn't do anything. We were shut down. We were trying to take your health care, keeping our tax cuts for the rich. Okay? Trying to starve the Americans. So, of course, it was because of the shutdown. Everything else has looked great until now. Nothing suspect. When you start looking at things, Trump, latest tax cuts, corporations are seeing record profits. Will make over 1.1 trillion in stock buybacks. Just remember, stock buybacks, if you don't know, it's a company using its profits to buy back its own stock, which artificially inflates the price of its stock. These were illegal until 1982, obviously lobbied for. And Reagan and his regime put them into play so the corporations wouldn't pay its employees, but instead waste all of its money in stock buybacks, creating, some would say, and the reason they were illegal is because it was an artificial inflation of their own stock price, and that's what the companies are spending it on. Meanwhile, layoffs has totaled 1.1 million so far in 2025, the highest level since the pandemic. Who's this a golden age for? You know, let me just say this to all the maggots, M-A-G-A-T-S. If you have to debate, if you have to proudly tweet what a cost of egg is in your area, or say gas, if you have to even engage in that debate, you've already lost. Because you're having to try and prove that something's cheaper. And if things were cheaper, just so you know, just, you know, fucking common sense. If things were cheaper, we wouldn't be debating it. We'd be like, oh, shit is cheap. I have 5 jobs that are all overpaying me and I'm taking vacations all day long. That's not any of the conversations happening right now in America. In fact, you have this fat turd who sits in the Oval Office, and before he goes out, he puts on orange apricot makeup. This guy puts on gender-affirming makeup, and he says, the new word is affordability. I hate to break it to you, Dementia Donnie, but, you know, you were here last year, bro. Dementia Donnie, Dirty Don, Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. You were fucking here last year when we talked about this. Is the whole reason you thought groceries was an old-timey word. You thought it was old-fashioned. You thought you made the word up. Remember that? Remember the whole thing where you're like, day one, I'll bring prices to... Oh, that's it. Shit, he's a moron. I forgot. Oh, hold on. Affordability means bring prices down. So when you said I'll bring prices down day one, you were talking about being affordable. Oh, I forgot. They're stupid. I forgot. Oh, you know, sometimes you forget the little things. Like, he's a fucking moron, and he's stupid. He doesn't know affordability means I'll bring egg price down. Well, it would help if, you know, we should put a little collar on him that says, you know, I'm with stupid and the arrow points up. We should do something so people know. Because you can't be walking around this stupid, you know, and just expecting people to talk normal to you. We got to explain it to them. Oh, affordability. That's you. Oh, you don't know what that means. Okay. That means you'll bring prices down. Not a new word. I know he thinks it's a new word. It's all anybody's talking about. Either that or his dementia is much more worse than we've expected. Because we do expect it to be pretty fucking bad. You just hear him repeating himself and going off on tangents and saying the most random stuff. You know, incoherent ramblings of an old dude should be his memoir. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Hey, troll accounts with no avatar photo that have just, you know, some generic long-ass name. If you have to say, what are you talking about? Prices are down. Just so you know, the rest of the country disagrees with you. It's on the news every day. Anytime you go and talk to anybody, just go to the grocery store and check out and say, prices. Just say that. You think the cashier's going to go, I don't know what you're talking about. Shit is so cheap. Again, you know how you lost the debate? Is that you have to have this debate in the first place. If you're debating on how cheap everything is, most likely shit's not cheap. So I reject your whole narrative, you know? Mostly because I've been grocery shopping. Oh, I keep forgetting. A lot of these people, they're not only stupid and not know what affordability means, but they're privileged little jerks. And when you're dealing with privileged, entitled little jerks, they don't actually do the food. This guy's never got food shopping. It's like he doesn't know there's an egg, milk, and fucking butter aisle. Are you kidding me? You think this guy's... The closest he's been to a grocery store is Jeff Epstein's house, where he picked out the fucking underage girls. Okay? Release the files, Trump. You could just do it right now. Why we gotta wait 30 days? Prove your innocence. But yeah, this guy ain't been to a grocery store ever. So that's what I forget. There's so many people out there that are just entitled dickheads that are like, everything's so cheap. And you're like, what planet do you live on? Did you go to Mars? Did Elon send you there? So, you know, you got to remember these things. And speaking of that, did you guys see this? The White House was tweeting this. The White House. You know, MAGA does not stand for Make America Great Again, because making any country great, you would start with educating the people. That's not like controversial. I know everyone, oh, look at this leftist. He wants people to be smart. Well, my president said smart people don't like him. Huh? Take that, liberal tears. Take that.
Smart people don't like me.
Like, this isn't political. An educated population is not a political thing. That's not left or right leaning. That's just saying you want people to know how to read. Be able to know when there's a snake oil salesman coming for them. You know, basic shit. And this is the White House bragging about dismantling the Department of Education. That's heinous stuff. That's anti-American. If you ask me, that is the most anti-American thing. This is how we know MAGA does not stand for Make America Great. It stands for Make America Gay Again. Because he likes makeup, not education. He loves putting on orange, rouge, apricot, maybe it's Maybelline, maybe it's the president's makeup every morning. He hates education. Make America Gay Again? Believable. Make America Great Again? Who would believe that? Who? How are you making it great? Less educated? I don't know the last time in any rankings they were like, and you know who came in last in the most educated in the world? America. So we celebrate them. He's quickly turning this into a fucking third world nation where, you know, only him and his friends can afford their makeup and their Botox and their hair implants. Actually, they probably go to Turkey for those. Corporate profits have jumped over 70% since 2020, while worker wages have barely moved. The money is there. Workers just aren't getting it. This is also why I hate Joe Biden. People said, oh, he's the most worker-friendly president. Bullshit. He broke up the rail strike. Remember that? And then remember a little place called East Palestine, Ohio? Something happened there. I couldn't remember. You could probably look it up. Yeah, that was right after Joe Biden broke up the railway workers' strike. So fuck him too. Hold on. Lisa, thank you for the $2 super chat. Trump, Diddy, making it great by blowing blah. Try and catch that, AI. I think I got away with reading your comment. I can't believe how stupid people are. Try doing a live stream. What was that? Renee? Oh, wait, Renee? Humana Wanui? Hunamanui. Love your, if that's your last name, I love that. Francis, what is up? What is up, Francis? Good to see you. But I would say this, Renee, try doing a live stream. You'll see the bots and the stupid people come out of the woodwork. You know, they really are like confidently stupid. That's the problem with America. The problem with America is this orange turd, right, who could probably barely read, has dementia, sounds like a moron. He uses the White House to do propaganda like, oh, we're going to dismantle the Department of Education. And what that does is that emboldens the morons. So the stupid people get real confident. They're like, yeah, let's burn the books and let's get rid of education. You know, they're like all huffing fucking ivermectin and circling Austin with Joe Rogan. We're going to say the R word, you know, like just idiots. And this makeup wearing fool, this fat pancake fucking McDonald's eating makeup wearing, maybe it's Maybelline, maybe it's ADHD dementia, dude is emboldening them. He appointed the WWE lady who is embroiled in scandal. Just look up her name in scandal. You know, the stuff that they allowed to happen. He put her, the wrestling lady, in front of to falsely head the Department of Education while they dismantled it. You know, you knew they had no plans for education in America when they were like, yeah, WWF lady, go ahead. Go ahead. Sashita, 199. Thank you for the super chat. Hold on. Why does it keep doing that? Stupidity can grant a uniquely whack confidence. Uniquely whack. Listen, this kind of stuff, just like Polio Rogan, he'll say some moronic things, right? Like he's friends with Peter Thiel and all the CIA guys now. And he's like, I don't know, man. The government's kind of honest and awesome. You know, whatever the fuck he says while straight guys are watching him ice bath. Yup. Okay. I don't know. When I was in my teens and 20s, I wasn't watching Joe Rogan take ice baths, but okay, keep telling yourself stuff. This is why, you know, Grindr crashes. And here's the thing. Us leftists, we're all for it. Listen, if the Republican Party is Make America Gay Again, that's fucking awesome. Stop trying to regulate them. You know, leave them alone. Christ. It's just like women's bodies. Like, leave it alone, guys. Maybe that's why you're trying to regulate all this stuff, you know? You just want control. You just want to feel something. But this kind of stuff, like, emboldens these morons. Just like he emboldens the racists when he tells the Proud Boys, stand back and stand by and stand ready to do a musical. They sound like a musical group. A cappella boys. It emboldens the morons to feel like, all right, you know, if we can get one of us in the White House, meaning, you know, a moron, I can do anything. Wait a minute. LCTA 2025, quote, the kidney has a very important place in the heart, Trump. I never heard that one, but there's always a gem. You can't stay. He throws so much poop on the wall. That is so funny. The kidney has a very important place in the heart. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'll find that clip for tomorrow's show because that is so funny. I hope it's recorded somewhere. That's the other thing, folks. You got to remember, like, history is going to look back on this. And trust me, he's not going to be the victor. We're seeing the regime collapse in real time. Hold on. Team America 2 starring Trump, Diddy, and Bubba. Oh, if the guys would only do a Team America 2. I don't think Matt and Trey will do ever a Team America 2. I don't know, but I know the heat they got from Team America 1. And you know what's the funny part too is like the whole right, the whole like, you know, the whole, what do you need a safe space, liberal tier people, F your feelings. Like, they would lose their shit if Trey and Matt did a Team America 2 about Trump and MBS and all this stuff. They would be the ones trying to... But again, it's only par for the course. When you think about Charlie Clan and how he got his gettings, you know, how he cockroached his way into the White House, Charlie Clan started a website where he put teachers on blast, like to try and silence them. So, you know, the old free speech warrior just turned out to be a racist fascist. You know, that's it. Thank Francis. Thank Francis for what? Smart people don't like me. That's one of my favorite things he's ever said, because he dogged his base so bad with this, and they didn't even get it.
Smart people don't like me. Smart people don't like me.
If you get that, you get that. He's saying smart people don't like me. Who would that leave to like him? Do, 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 do. Yeah, who said that? Darnell. Hey, MAGA, where are them Doge checks at? Where's my Doge dividend check, folks? The economy is tough. I'm wanting some affordability. You know, that new word to that moron. I am really, really looking forward to my Doge dividends check. Or just my Trump tariff money. Remember when they promised that too? They were like, oh, yeah, you totally get. Here he is. Hey, man, he's back in the White House celebrating the Saudi crown prince. Can we get them Doge dividends checks? Can we please? Where's my other thing? Hold on. Doot. Oh yeah, here we go. Elon Musk's new pay package. Where is my Doge dividends check? Could amount to $100 billion per year. This is the same as 3.2 million cashiers' paychecks combined. 1.4 million elementary school teachers' paychecks. This is more than 2 million janitors' paychecks. Their greed is out of control. You guys see this? I showed this the other day. Quiet Piggy would be fitting for his tombstone. Here's another interesting thing. The asset bubble, public deficit, spiral price continue. This is the K-shaped economy. It shows the corporate profits are going up and the wages. Our money being worth less. And just before anybody says, you know, any consumer should have less money, just so you know how the economy works. Did you take an Econ 101 course? No, but you could just ask any economist. What's 70% of the economy? Would it be consumer purchasing power? Would that mean consumers have to buy things for the economy to work. No, that can't. No. Jeff Bezos probably spends all his money buying shit from Amazon on his own. That's probably how it works. Yeah, that's it. Okay, what else? Oh, this is the other thing I want to show you. Rokana nails it. People tied to Epstein still have buildings named after them, scholarships in their honor, board seats, op-eds, public praise, while survivors are still piecing their lives back together. End the reputational welfare. Strip every one of their names. And we're already starting to see that happen. It starts with educating people. Oh yeah, remember this? No, you're right. I still hear people quoting Trump in the comments when I say grocery prices are up. And they go, no, you're wrong. No. Well, guess what? If this is the debate being had, I would say you've lost. You've lost. If you have to tell people, no, you're wrong. You're not spending more of your paycheck. Where is it? Where is it? Where is... Oh, I deleted it. We talked about this yesterday. Larry Summers. Remember, Elon Musk is in the emails. They said, is Elon still attending the island on January something or December something? Kimball's in it. Trump's in it. Bill Clinton's in it. Larry Summers, who we talked about, he's already resigned from CEO of OpenAI. Here he is, still getting to teach at Harvard. How this is still allowed, I'll never understand. I do not understand how they're still letting Larry Summers. Where is my Larry Summers? Here is his statement of regret. Larry Summers, someone recorded this. Listen.
Some of you will have seen my statement of regret.
You don't get to announce a statement of regret, Larry Summers. You're in the Epstein files, homie. No statement of regret. Fucking leave society. Go to your billion-dollar home. Go to your mansion. Get out of society. You're not good for society. You crashed the economy in 2008. All over the Epstein files. How does he still get to teach at Harvard? Get these people out. Hold them accountable. Jesus, oh my God.
Expressing my shame.
He really, out of everyone, Larry Summers should not be teaching at a university. I know those girls are probably too old for him, but he still shouldn't be there.
With respect to what I did in communication with Mr. Epstein.
What you did in communication? Anything else? Anything else, Larry Summers?
And that I've said that I'm going to step back from public activity, but for a time, but I think it's very important to fulfill my teaching obligations.
Oh, it's very important to fulfill his teaching obligations, he says. How about you teach us what to do after you've been shamed because you're in the biggest file ring in human history? How about you go disappear to your billion-dollar homes or whatever you have?
So, with your permission, we're going to go forward.
With your permission, we're going to go forward. Why is no student at Harvard? Probably because they're all, anyways. Why is no student going, you don't have our permission. I'm worried about you being around some of these youths. And no, don't have our permission. I would have spoke up.
Talk about the material in the class.
Do you hear how old he is? We're being run by geriatrics. I don't understand. MAGA, here's my final plea to you: stop defending these pedo pans. You used to complain that people in politics were too old. You were like, Biden's old. And now what? You support these old piggies? These old piggies who don't even know the definition of affordability? Bro, it's the thing you were talking about last year when you said, I'll bring price down day one. That means you'll make it affordable. You support morons. Stop. My cripes. My cripes. Ooh, sorry. Hold on. I need a new car. I'm not talking about EV car. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Sashita. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I'm the best as dying, most decomposed ever. Oh, we all wait. We're on the long watch, folks. You can't live forever. Retire the nursing home of representatives. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Thank you for the super chat. This is like, did you hear how old Larry Summers? Like, listen to him.
Talk about the material.
Oh, talk about. He sounds like he's. Remember Tales from the Crypt and the Crypt Keeper? He would pop out of the grave and scare you at the end of the opening of the show. If you're a latchkey kid or, you know, millennial teeters, if you're like Gen X, you'll remember Tales of the Crypt. It came on at like 10:30, 11 at night. We only had like 6 channels. In Tales of the Crypt, you'd stay up late. It would tell you spooky stories. The Crypt Keeper would pop out at the end of the intro. He sounds like the Crypt Keeper, and these are the people running the country. He collapsed the economy in 2008. He was one of the architects of that collapse. The Crypto Keeper. Oh, we should totally redo Tales of the Crypt. Tales of the Crypto Keeper. I love it. Effing sick of boomers. Me too. Amen. Gen X. 100%. Fire. He's not even running the country. You're right. He was just on the board of OpenAI teaching at Harvard. Yeah, that's totally not like, you know, in the fucking most established positions right now. He doesn't have the ear of all these wealthy people, and he's not totally in these upper echelon circles, the big club that you're not in. Yeah, totally not. Okay. My sister was horrified of the song. Yeah, man, if you remember Tales of the Crypt, that intro was terrifying. And the fact that it came on late at night and we didn't have, if you changed the channel, it went to static, you know? Oh, God. I am nostalgic for a time that does not exist anymore. All right, guys. I wasn't allowed to watch TV until I moved out. Sadly, I missed that magic of the 90s. Yeah, listen. Oh my God, that just reminded me of another. Like, I didn't have we didn't have cable till I was in high school. So I had just the 5 channels. You know, it was like 2, 4, 5, 7, 12, no, 10. 2, 4, 5, 7, 10, and then channel 25, which I believe Tales of the Crypt was on. I could be wrong. Oh, and then TV 38. The heat is on TV 38. Bruins commercial. Amazing that I remember that. The heat is on TV 38. That was a Bruins commercial. Jesus. So you supported Kamala? Yeah, I supported the lady who fucking talked about stopping price gouging. Yes. You know when you guys were like, hey, we're going to vote for him for affordability. And he said this like a day ago. He was like, hey, it's a new word all these idiots are using. He's talking about you. I supported the woman who was like, we're going to stop these corporations from price gouging you. We're going to try to put in price gouging measures. I supported the lady that wasn't in the Epstein files. Maybe that's how you can understand it. I know you're all for these pedos, but that's how I'll explain it to you. I was like, which one isn't in the fucking Epstein files? I don't want to vote for that person. And you were like, it's a little thing I can overlook, you know? Maybe you got a similar history, I don't know, but it seems like those birds of a feather flock together. I love that William Eilish song. Okay. All right, guys. Please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Crush. Thank you, Alba. Thank you, all of the mods. Thank you, One Vision, for stopping by. And please make a point to hit the notification bell, okay? Please, because you'll get notified when I go live tomorrow, which I will go live tomorrow. We're going to cover more of this. Hopefully by then the Epstein files will come out. Just release them, dude. You signed it. Just fucking release them. An innocent guy would. Guy that wasn't friends with him for 15 years would. You know? Oh, yeah. So hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Much love. Be kind to each other.